The original manuscript of the Goldberg Variations is on the left. On the right is a comprehensive representation of the structure of the work. The Goldberg Variations is framed by an opening and closing aria, enclosing exactly 30 variations. Rather than repeating the aria melody, the entire work builds its architecture upon the 32-bar bass line and underlying harmonic progression of the theme. The piece begins with a slow, graceful aria and concludes with an exact repetition, aria da capo, creating a closed circle. While almost all movements are in G major, every third variation from 15 onward, specifically variations 15, 21, and 25, is in G minor. The variations sitting between the canons feature contrasting genres, meters, and display styles written for a two-manual harpsichord. Rapid hand-crossing etudes, variations 5, 14, and 29. Elements like a French gigue, variation 7, or a majestic French overture, variation 16. Variation 25, known as the Black Pearl, is a deeply expressive and slow lament in G minor. The Quodlibet, variation 30, breaks from the pattern to form a playful medley combining popular folk tunes of Bach's era before the opening aria returns. The canon pattern. Every third variation, number 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, and 27, is a strictly structured canon that follows a rising numerical interval pattern. Variation 3, canon at the unison. Variation 6, canon at the second. Variation 9, canon at the third. Variation 12, canon at the fourth. Variation 15, canon at the fifth. Variation 18, canon at the sixth. Variation 21, canon at the seventh. Variation 24, canon at the octave. And variation 27, canon at the ninth. The Goldberg Legend. Bach was approached by a dignitary, the Russian ambassador, Count Hermann Karl von Keyserling, to compose some keyboard pieces. Keyserling's health was poor and he suffered from insomnia. He believed that a little bedtime music would help and was performed by his musician in service, harpsichordist Johann Gottlieb Goldberg, one of Bach's most talented pupils. The 14-year-old prodigy Goldberg possessed technical skills that made it possible for him to perform a work of such extraordinary difficulty. Goldberg performed in Leipzig for one of his own compositions, Durch die herrliche Barmherzigkeit, prepared for performance and performed by Johann Sebastian Bach in Leipzig. The manuscript is in Bach's library. Goldberg remained with Count Kieserling until around 1745 and disappears from the historical record around 1750. Here are cumulative timings of Glenn Gould's 1955 and 1981 recordings on the left and Andreas Schiff timings on the right. While general trends can be observed, Glenn Gould used more repeats in the 1981 recording than 1955, whereas Andreas Schiff observes all repeats, which accounts for the much longer performance time. Starting with the aria. Variation 1. Variation 2. Variation 3. Variation 4. Variation 5. Variation 6. Variation 7. Variation 8. Variation 9. Variation 10. Variation 11. 12. Variation 13. 14. Variation 15. 16. 17. Variation 18. 19. 20. Variation 21. 22. 23. Variation 24. 25. 26. Variation 27. 28. 29. And variation 30. Last, the aria da capo.